Good morning, church. Welcome to the last week on our devotional series on prayer. Today, I would like to talk to you about praying during times of trouble and distress. I don't think that anyone can deny that we are experiencing a crisis the likes of which no one has seen for over 100 years. People are sick and dying on a scale none of us have ever witnessed before, and there is much fear and confusion about what the future holds. At a time like this, we would normally see a huge increase in church attendance. We would be at church, we would be in prayer meetings, but because of the nature of this crisis, we've had to rely solely on virtual church. And while this wonderful tool, this technological miracle, has been wonderful, cannot replace that face-to-face worship that we are so used to. So that has caused us to perhaps sometimes lose grip or lose touch with our fervent prayer life and worship life. At times like this, we tend to focus solely on what the news services are telling us, or what we hear from friends or coworkers. Or perhaps you're one of the millions, and myself included at times, have just lost ourselves in distractions during the quarantine and just trying not to think about it at all. But we are followers of Jesus Christ. We are children of God, a God who has given us all that we would need to weather any storm life throws at us. We hear in Psalm 27:1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" In Isaiah 53:5, we hear of Jesus, "But he was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the punishment that made us whole." And in an especially relevant and timely way, we hear in 2 Chronicles 7:12 through 14, "I have heard your prayer. When I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send pestilence among my people, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves, pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land." God wants to hear from you during this time of great unrest. He wants you to know that you are not alone in this fight. He is not absent in the midst of our great pain. But if we do not go to him, do not spend time in his word, or share our hearts with him in prayer, he will not force us into a relationship. Instead of worrying and fixing our gaze on the why of our situation, or the how we are in our own power going to protect ourselves and our loved ones, perhaps we should be asking what God wants us to learn from this experience. What do we need to strip away that is keeping us from an intimate and loving prayer life with our Heavenly Father? We should be praying for God to show us the areas of our lives that can be transformed and renewed by the tribulation we are now experiencing. In Romans 8:28, we hear that we know that all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. What that tells me is that God is not the author of evil, but he can use evil to bring about blessings in our lives if we trust him. And the only way we can learn to trust God is by spending time with him and experiencing his character, his goodness, and his love firsthand. Worrying, fretting about what we're experiencing is natural, but it does not have to be our reality forever. In Philippians 4:6-7, we are told, "Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let our requests be known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and let your minds in Christ Jesus." Stay firmly rooted to your faith. Build your prayer life up brick by brick until it becomes a stone wall that cannot be moved by any trouble or crisis. Stay connected, masked, and socially distant, of course, with your church family. Let the peace of God rule in your hearts and minds and be continually transformed by the Holy Spirit. Amen.